So hello, my name is Tomasz and I'm a co-founder of Zylia. So during this short talk I would like to tell you a little bit about our experience with building a hardware startup for the music market. So it's a very challenging topic and I would like to share with you a lesson that we learned during the development of this product from the last 3 years. Do we have the presentation? Okay. So our product is actually the microphone array that you can put between musicians, record in any acoustic environment, and then you will have a great quality demo that you can share with other people.
Thomas.
Sorry?
Try to keep the microphone a little closer to the
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So this is our product, which is microphone array that you can record your band or your performance with no matter what kind of acoustic conditions, and then you don't need any specific knowledge about the sound engineering and so on. So this product was developed in our company, which is based here in Poznań. So we are based on we are at the campus Morasko, and in our company are working around 20 persons right now. And together with my co-founder Piotr, we have almost 15 years of experience from academia and industry. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about the company. So we already were finalists of different startup competition in all over the world. We also were involved in 2 business acceleration programs. One of them was financed by the Bank Olufsen. This is one of the biggest company which produce the loudspeakers. We also team with very big companies in order to do some different research projects. One of the projects that we also work on is the MPEG 3D audio. Maybe somebody of you heard about this. This is a technology which is the state of the art and is behind the immersive audio. And this technology is right now introduced to the Korean and US market, and within the next few years will be also available in every TV set all over the world. So this is our product. The product is a microphone array, which looks like this, and the software. So it's a combination. So it's a very tricky product to develop, and I'll tell you later on why. So what is unique about this product is that you can put this product between musicians, like maybe between us. Start recording, and at the end you will get the separate track of every individual instrument. So everything you can achieve with just one device, and so you can imagine that if you have this, then you have a lot of possibilities. You can just mute somebody if he did a mistake. You can also balance the volumes in order to have a decent demo. So we take a long road in order to build that product. And one of the lessons and one of the key thing that we learned during this process is that you need passion to what you build. In our case, it's a music. So our team are mainly the sound engineers and the musicians. So we spend most of our time recording ourselves, rehearsing. We also do some like a music hackathons inside our company. So this is one example of this kind of a hackathon when we record like bizarre sounds in the old factories and so on. So it's very important that when you build something that you understand also the clients and the market that you build the product for. So the other thing that we learned during this development process is that the team is very important, because if you like to, because product is not everything, because if you like to build a successful company, you need like 2 factors. One thing is of course product, but the other thing is a great team, and you need to build an organization which is able to pivot during the time. And what we also learned during this process, especially when you build something very unique, that you have to have a key persons in your company. So if you build a hardware product, you need to have like an electronic engineer or mechanical engineer and so on, because in that way you don't depend on the other subcontractors, and which this is something that can really stop you. And if you build a hardware product, there is a lot of things that can also stop you. So the team is very, very important. So one of the most important things that we learn during the development of our product are the market tests. I don't know if you heard about the market test. Do you know what it is, how it works? If not, so when we joined the first business accelerator, so they said that, okay, you have a great idea, but you have to put the specific budget just for the market test. And we at the time said, why do we need market tests? Yeah, why it's for? And we were like this. And because as a startup people, we know everything. We know what are our clients, we know what we like to build, and so on and so on. But frankly speaking, this budget for market tests was the most well-known invested money ever in the history of our company, and we use this methodology still in development of our product. So what actually it is? So you can imagine that you would like to build a product to like this pavement in order that you like to your customers cross the roads. And what you can quickly notice that people don't want to use your product and just find a shortcut. And this is actually something that you have to notice before you start any development. Before you start investing money in building your product, there are ways that you can find the real problems and the real user experience before investing any money. So in our case, the main problem was the recording, and you can imagine that as a musician, it's not an easy process. You have a lot of equipment, microphones, everything. You have to have like engineering knowledge, how to set up it correctly, and so on and so on. And our idea was how to build something that will be easy to use. And we have like the design thinking session, and we spent just 2 days on building the prototype, which in our case we are thinking that is solving the problem. And as an output of this brainstorming and very productive 2 days, we came to this solution. And this is one of my colleagues, and he's wearing like a hat. This is the mock-up or a prototype of a microphone array. And what we did afterwards, we go outside. We have the luck that we are on the university campus where there is a lot of musicians. And we ask just those musicians, what do you think about this technology? And most of them say that, wow, this is a really great tool, but I don't believe that it really can work. Yeah, if you can show me that this technology can work, that I pay all the money that I have. Okay, great. So the next step, what we did, we start surveys. So we still didn't spend any money, just built a mock-up. Then we start surveys, and we ask our clients, potential clients, what features actually they would like to have at the end. If they like to, actually at that time we also have a problem because most of people also ask us if this technology can be used for the virtual reality, audio for virtual reality. So we actually did like A/B tests and asked people what kind of feature they prefer, what they like to have at the end. And it occurred that the music market was the most promising one. So starting from this point, defining all the features, functionality and everything without investing any money, we already know what kind of features we have to build. And we built the first prototype. It was just a 3D printed, and we just started test with our first beta testers. And then we invite them to our office, record their performances, and based on their opinion and their ideas, we also adjust the product. So that was the first mind that also invest in the hardware product. And then we choose one of the best and the biggest music show all over the world. And we finalized the product just, I don't know, 1 or 2 days before the show. and we have just one piece of them go to this event and demonstrate this technology to all those people, musicians, sound engineers, and they said that wow, this is amazing, this is great technology, and we really like it, and we really need this. And starting from this day, we have a lot of traction, we have a momentum. We are starting receiving a lot of emails, but the problem that we have at that time, that we don't have this product, yeah. So we don't have the manufacturing chain and so on and so on. So that was something that we, let's say, we launched too early. But during that time, we also have a luck that a lot of people start helping us, like very prominent people in the music industry. So this is also very important thing that maybe some of you also have that experience, that all of these people just help us just for free. Then they approach us, they're giving us advices, they said that what we can improve in our product without any shares or money or anything, and they still support this technology. And they also help us to build the product. During this test, it occurred that the technology that we have at the beginning was quite complicated. The software was really clunky, and it was really hard to use. And musicians said that they don't want all of this functionality. They just want to have just like one button press, and at the end they would like to have great music or the separation. So at the end we ended up with just very simple application. Just press one button and you're ready to go. Then we launched our product. It was at the end of the last year. The product was in the version that you see here, and it was quite successful. But then we also learned another thing. I don't know, maybe some of you have a chance to be in some business accelerator. So if you go to the business accelerator, so a lot of people will probably advise you that you need to have like the recurring revenue, cloud, Internet of Things, and all these buzzwords. But actually, we also added the cloud processing to our product, and it was a huge mistake because all the processing that we did in our product was done in the cloud, because recurring revenue and so on and so on. But people once we start when we launched the campaign, they said, the privacy is the most important thing. If you like to provide the product for the musician, then I would like to store my data in the secure place, and the secure place is my hard disk. So what we did, we just remove the cloud feature, forget about the recurring revenue, simplify the product, and we also increase the sales in that way. But we also learned another thing, and was that we need to focus on just one thing and don't be disrupted by many different things. So if you have a startup, if you have a business, so probably also notice that you have a lot of opportunities, and we also had a lot of opportunities. We still have that. When we showcase our product, we were approached by many different people that say that, okay, you have a great product, so I think that you can also, instead of musicians, you can also record a 3D audio, or maybe just audio for virtual reality. And we also were approached by Google, Samsung. They said, hey, maybe you can add something to our camera, or maybe we can do something together, and so on and so on. But if you will try to address all these opportunities, then for sure you will fail, because as a startup you don't have so much power to all these things. So we just focus on one thing, music, and we deliver the product to the customers. And actually those opportunities are still open for us. Another thing that we learn is marketing and how to demonstrate the product. Because actually our company is like an engineering company, so most of us are the engineers, no marketing people. Actually, right now we're changing this, but so what we learned that when you showcase your product, you should show the vision, but not the reality. Maybe so on the left side, this is a product that we have like 2 years ago. It wasn't very beautiful, also doesn't have great features at that time, but we decided to showcase this product to people. And some of them said that, okay, this is great, but other people said that, you know, the quality is not enough. And the problem is that those videos are still somewhere on the internet. But you know, right now we have a product that have a great quality audio, all of these features that we promised at the beginning. So we also, you know, you can also showcase the vision of the product, or maybe the fake demo, if you believe that you can provide the product within the next maybe few months. Another lesson that we learned is the MVP. On the music market, you know, you have to remember that you can do almost everything with the product. You can add some super extra features and so on, but you shouldn't forget about one thing, the sound quality. And we have the luck that we were approached by different sound engineers from all over the world, and they tested the product, and they advise us how to change some details in this product. But if you don't have the good quality sound, which comes out from the, I don't know, microphone or the loudspeaker, then all of this feature is just nothing. On the other hand, maybe you have heard about this. One of the founders of Linki say that if you are not embarrassed about the first version of your product, then you're probably too late on the market. And then we are going to another thing which really stops like hardware startups, patents. Should I focus on patents? Should I file new patents and so on? So that was one of the questions that we had at the beginning, because we are afraid that we will be compete with Samsung or another companies, so we like to protect ourselves. But actually, the reality is that, that's my opinion, that you shouldn't care about patents at all. You should be as fast as possible on the market, and then if you have market, if you have clients, then maybe you can go back to patents. And one of the last thing, manufacturing. Hardware startup is quite a challenging company, and if you like to have a hardware product, you shouldn't forget about the manufacturing chain. So some people forget that, and we also forget it, that prototype is not a product. So when we have the first working prototype and we are thinking that, okay, this is the product that we like to sell, so then we have 20 other versions when we finalize the manufacturing chain, and this take usually from 6 to 12 months. So it's really challenging process, and you shouldn't forget about all the certification, which is different, electronic certification, which is different in all of the countries all over the world. And last and not least, shut up and take the money. I said that one of the lessons that we learned is focus, that we focus on music, but actually when we start selling our product, we quickly notice that there are other groups of clients, people that started buying this product, and these are the people from sound engineers from virtual reality, or people who create music for films. And actually we don't have any information about these markets, but they buying this product, and we didn't know why. But then we asked them, and they said, you know, this is the only microphone on the market which supports 3D audio and the rest of things, and I can use some scientific research software for this, and I try to deal with this. But of course, it will be great if you can also provide some additional software for 3D recording, for example. So we're still looking at this market. We focus on the music market, but we don't forget about the other possibilities. Okay, the future. We just want to start the Indiegogo campaign in order to increase our visibility It will start at the end of the year. So if you like to if you like to know more about this product, you can check our website, and you can also contact us directly. So thank you very much.
Tomasz gave us a very good perspective from the point of view of somebody who's developing a product and the growth hacking that goes into that. Are there any questions from people who are right now developing their product or getting started? Please feel free. It always takes some time until the first person puts their hand up. We got one.
Hi, Andrzej here. So you mentioned at the beginning that the team and passion was very important. And this is really interesting for me. So I wanted to ask, how did you find the team, and how are you keeping them passionate about the product?
So, you know, when you hiring people, we have like basic rules that the first thing when we hire people, we ask also if do we really want to work with that person? So that's the one question. And the other one is, would you like to have this person as your boss? Yeah, that's two main questions that we ask. But we also are looking for people in our company which has different skills and different passions related to music. Some time ago, I were at Stanford University, and they have like a multidisciplinary team. That they have like digital signal processing guys, musicians, composers, producers, and so on and so on. And this is also the way that we would like to build the team, because in that way, you know, having good developers is a great thing, but then you should, you know, also know what is your client, you know, what. And the best way is when you also are the client of the product that you're building. Yeah.
Hi, I have a question right here. Currently, I'm writing my thesis for graduation, and I'm doing a concept of a audio-based application. And I got this question I want to ask you, since you're into audio. Your specialty is audio, basically, audio engineering, right? I want to know, can you analyze an audio file and take certain information from that file to tell the mood of a track, of a song?
So
because
actually,
I have heard about this software. It's called Mixed in Key, and it can tell the key of the track.
Okay, so the answer is we have that knowledge, so we work on that kind of technology. But this product that I presented there is working totally different way. Yeah? So we just so what we do, we try to localize sound sources and then extract them from the 3D field. So I don't know if that.
Yeah, I think I would like to have your email to write you more, because.
No problem.
Yeah.
You can speak after. Just a small comment, we have a third speaker, but before that, any more questions? Okay. Could you pass it?
What's Georgi? What's about investments?
So far we raised around $1 million US dollars. So partially from the government funds and from the private.
Yes, the microphone stopped again.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, it's working.
So we raised around $1 million US dollar. Some from the private equity and from the government grants.
And what is the price of the product?
So the price is 1,000 US dollars.
And this price changed during, after you just published this product and started selling it, or it just stays the same?
You know, it's a very good question. So we spent a lot of time figuring out what should be the right price, yeah, and actually we did a lot of tests with musicians. We asked them what should be the fair price for this product like this, and based, you know, we take a lot of statistics based on their will to pay. And the price that they would like to pay, we set up the right price for the product.
Okay, thank you.